Hello, my name is Amina and I'm your decision-making specialist. And I just got back from taking a little drive to clear my head and get out of my four walls. And I pulled up and there was a stop sign and there were 7 cars in front of me. And I sat there and they weren't moving. And I looked around. I had seen a line of cars in a parking lot, and I finally could make my left-hand turn, and I drove and I drove and I drove, and over a quarter of a mile of cars in line. And when I got to the end of that line, I could see it was people handing out boxes of food. I parked and I watched, and I noticed that people were just pulling up, box was put in their trunk, and they were shouting out their window, "Thank you." And then I pulled in and just talked a moment with one of the workers, and I asked her when the food distribution had begun, and she said it began at 8:30, and she said I came at 6:30 to help get things set up, and she said there already was a line of cars. And I said, well, what's your estimate about the number of cars? And she said that we have somebody on staff who does that because we want to know about how many cars, the numbers that we have fed, and about how long the line has been, and the timing of the movement and so forth. And I said, I don't know if you can do this. If you could add the number of cars and figure out how long the lines have been, and you did a total of the day. This was 2:00 in the afternoon. I said, about how long are you estimating? And she said, go over and ask Susan. She's the one that would know. So I asked her, and she said, all total, she said, I am estimating that if all the cars were lined up at the same time, it would be at least 1 mile of cars to pick up food. And she said, my concern is there's now all of these cars, and we're getting toward the front of the truck that has the food, which means we're running out. And she said, I do not want to have to be the person to go out and tell the cars there's no more food left. She said, I did that once. I cannot do it again. So I would like if you would to imagine, or when you're driving in your car, I want you to look and see from one point to what 1 mile looks like, and imagine that mile of cars in line. Not off for a Sunday ride, not going to an amusement park, not even going to a grocery store. These are people without jobs, sitting in line in their car for food. And the notification that we're getting is that our county is in jeopardy of closing down, and that the unemployment in our small town is growing, and the numbers of people who are dying is growing. I am grateful for the vaccines. I am also realistic enough to know that it's not just going to go away like that, and that these people next week will be in line again for food. What I'm asking you, I've already asked you so many times to wear your mask, and please, no matter what you believe, to help do what you can do not to have the COVID spread. What I'm asking now is if you have any extra dollar, that you contact your food bank, your agency that distributes food, that helps with the distribution, that helps with the purchasing. If you have only $1, please share that dollar so that those people in that car, the cars in your town, will have something for dinner tonight. Maybe if you're willing, whatever you're having for dinner tonight, the next time you shop, if you could buy a little less and have even a couple of dollars left over. I don't want you to have your family and you to go hungry. That's not what I'm asking about sacrifice. I'm asking that you be real honest about what sacrifice, what you really need, and what's just the food and the kind of food that you want. Please find a way to share so that everyone gets something for dinner and for breakfast and for lunch. I don't have all the answers. That's my offering today, even $1. Imagine those of you in your town or your city that are having dinner that have an extra dollar. That would add to a lot of dollars. Again, I'm not asking you to deny your own children, your own family. I'm asking you if there's any way that you can share. Please do. Thank you so much. And maybe if you're driving around, you've noticed those long lines of cars in your town. Please be compassionate and kind and connect with them by sharing that dollar that you have. Thank you so much. Please come back and please keep yourself safe. Please keep everyone around you as safe and as fed as you can. Come back. I'll be here and I'll be watching for you. Bye for now.